yourself, help reset the man. Relax yourself, help reset the man. Relax yourself, help reset the man. Relax yourself, help reset the man. Yo, what is going on today, my people? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody having a wonderful day today. Uh, Excuse me a minute while I stop this music from playing. Anyway, today is Thursday, August 9th, 2018. My very first podcast on YouTube. And today I'm going to be talking about next Saturday's, or should I say, I'm sorry, next Sunday's pay-per-view by the WWE known as SummerSlam. As we all know, well, if you've been a wrestling fan, that SummerSlam started out back in 1988 at Madison Square Garden, long time ago, 30 years ago. I was actually 13 when the first SummerSlam actually came to the Garden. I was happy and privileged to go to my very first ever pay-per-view event with my dad, God rest his soul, at the Garden. And it was an amazing experience. Well, anyway, let's talk about SummerSlam 2018, and let's talk about how I don't see it as a great event, as you want to say, because the WWE, as we all know, has changed drastically throughout the years. People have come and gone. What else? We've all seen great SummerSlams. We've all seen horrible SummerSlams. And this year's card has got to be very, very confusing. Well, not confusing, but not something you want to look forward to. For example, I want to talk about the main event between, once again, Roman Reigns and WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar, who, is these guys are going at it for, I think, what, the fifth time? It all started at WrestleMania, I believe, 31. And ever since then, these two have been going at it for the title for the past 3 or 4 years. And to be honest with you, people are tired of it. I personally am tired of it. But let's be real. Let's all be real. Roman Reigns deserves a chance with the championship. Roman Reigns deserves to hold that title. He's been screwed over many times, as we all have seen. And I believe it's his time to reign. But if you guys seen Monday Night Raw, not this past Monday, but the Monday before, when Brock Lesnar was in attendance at the arena, and Kurt Angle had threatened Paul Heyman by telling him that if Brock Lesnar does not come out to the ring, Heyman is fired. I know a lot of you seen it. I know a lot of you saw what happened that day, and I know if you guys can see through the WWE like I can see through it, that whole thing at the end when Brock Lesnar attacked Heyman and he F5'd Kurt Angle, this whole thing with Heyman was a ruse. This is all a plot. Because we all know that Brock Lesnar is on his way out. He's going to the UFC, and we all know that he's going to drop the title to Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Now, I'm telling you guys right now, do not, and I mean it, do not be surprised if Paul Heyman has something to do with Lesnar losing the title. Don't be surprised. I'm telling you right now, Heyman is going to screw over Brock Lesnar, and do not be surprised if Roman Reigns comes to the ring on Monday with the Universal title around him, and alongside him Paul Heyman as his new manager or client, whatever you want to say, or however you want to call it. That's just how it is. I'm calling it like that. I mean, other things, it might happen differently. Maybe Braun Strowman might come in and cash in. We don't know. As for another one that I want to talk about is the monster among men, Braun Strowman, and this little crybaby bitch that I can't stand anymore, Kevin Owens. When Kevin Owens first came to the WWE, I was excited. You know, he took on John Cena. He defeated John Cena on his first pay-per-view on in the WWE. You know, I'm not a big John Cena fan. Never have been, never will be. I respect the man for what he does outside the ring with the children and all that, but that's a different story for another day. Let's go back to this Kevin Owens Braun Strowman matchup. I am not gonna be happy if Kevin Owens beats Strowman at SummerSlam and takes possession of the Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm not. I'm not gonna be happy because the simple fact is Braun Strowman has been around for a while. He's proven his worth in the WWE, and once again, the WWE will find a way to screw Strowman just to have Kevin Owens feud with Roman Reigns. We don't want to see that. We don't. So, if the WWE creative writing team gets it right, they let Strowman win this match at SummerSlam and not Kevin Owens. But seeing the way things are going, I think they're going to screw over Braun Strowman and give the briefcase to Kevin Owens. And that right there, I'm not too happy with. I believe Strowman deserves a shot at the title, and I believe that he deserves to be Universal Champion, at least somewhere in the future. He deserves to be WWE Universal Champion. Don't be surprised if he wins the match at SummerSlam and he cashes in at SummerSlam. We're just going to have to wait and find out to see what happens. Another match that's in my head, it's for the Raw Women's Championship. And I got to be honest with you guys. Ronda Rousey, known as the baddest woman on the planet, maybe in the UFC ring, yeah, in the octagon, yeah, she was somebody not to be messed with. But in the WWE, if you guys saw Raw this past Monday, she had her first match with Alexa Bliss. I'm sorry, I mean with Alicia Fox. She was not impressive at all. Not impressive. She does not know how to wrestle. I believe she flipped over Alicia Fox over her shoulder about 5 or 6 times. Then she did some type of German suplex that looked botched to me. Then she put her in the arm bar, and that was it. She's not ready for the WWE. She should be down in NXT training to become better. The only reason why she's on the main roster is because she's Ronda Rousey. You know, she's known around the world as the baddest woman on the planet in the octagon in UFC. In the WWE, as of right now, I don't see her with potential to be Raw Women's Champion. Alexa Bliss now, she's talented. She knows what she does in the ring. She's a pretty good champion in my book. I mean, she's proven herself She's won the SmackDown Women's Championship and she's won the Raw Women's Championship twice. So she's been co-brand champion, which is impressive in my book. And I believe, I hope that she beats Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam. Not because I don't like Ronda Rousey. No, don't get it wrong. I'm not saying I don't like Ronda Rousey. I just think that having Ronda Rousey as women's champion right now is not the right thing for the WWE to do. It's not. It really isn't. But, that's just my take on it. I'm not a creative writer. I'm not, you know, working for WWE and letting them know what to do and how to do things. I'm not with that. And now I'm going to go to a different match for SummerSlam, which is, that's my dog barking, by the way. He has nothing better to do right now but to bark during my podcast. WWE champion AJ Styles going up against Samoa Joe. Don't get me wrong, Samoa Joe, he's a bad man. He's a bad, bad man. And I personally don't like what the WWE has been doing with Samoa Joe. I believe he could have been Universal Champion on Raw, but they never gave it to him because of Roman Reigns. And now that he's on SmackDown, I hope, SmackDown's called the land of opportunity, and I hope that he gets that opportunity to become WWE champion. I really do. And as for AJ Styles and going up against Samoa Joe, hey, these two have put on a clinic. All right, these two have put on a clinic on TNA, in New Japan Pro Wrestling. These two have put on matches that are classics. They have been classics. They put on clinics in the ring. So I hope that at SummerSlam, these two put on the same clinic that they have put on in TNA and in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I really hope they do. And I really hope that Samoa Joe wins the WWE Championship. Hey, AJ Styles, I like you. Don't get me wrong. You're a great champion. You've got talent. You know how to wrestle. You know what to do in the ring. And I've loved every match you've had. But lately, the feud you had with Shinsuke Nakamura, that feud was not any good. Not any good at all. I wasn't impressed with it. The writing for that feud was really, really bad. It's unfortunate. But let's see if you guys, when I say you guys, I mean AJ Styles and Samoa Joe puts on a clinic at SummerSlam. Hopefully you guys bring the house down. Hopefully you guys do. And again, I wouldn't mind seeing Samoa Joe as WWE champion. He deserves it. He's been in WWE now for more than a year, and he's proven his worth. Yeah, he got hurt. He was out for a couple of months, but he's come back, and he's proven that he deserves to be on top. He deserves it. That's how I look at it. Now, on to a different match, which is Seth Rollins going up against Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, that should be a good match. It'll be a good match if Drew McIntyre is banned from ringside. I'm getting sick and tired of this guy jumping in the match, ruining matches, and literally just ruining a good match. At Extreme Rules, the Iron Man match between Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler, it was a good match. Great, great match. Until Drew McIntyre interfered in overtime and Dolph Ziggler retained the title. So here we go. Now we're at SummerSlam, one-on-one for the title, and no one has said if Drew McIntyre will or will not be at ringside, but we all know he will be at ringside. So do we expect interference from Drew McIntyre? Of course we do. It's predictable like that. Do I believe Seth is going to retain the title? I mean, not retain it, but win it back. He may be able to, but they're going to have to write it off where Drew McIntyre mistakenly hits Dolph with the title, and then Seth hits him with a curb stomp and wins the match and wins the title. But I don't know what angle they're playing with that match right now, but hopefully we see a new champion. And if Dolph Ziggler retains, I pretty much hope that he starts winning matches more without the help of Drew McIntyre by his side. That's just my take on it. Another match that I'm talking about right now is the SmackDown Women's Championship. At first, it was going to be one-on-one between Becky Lynch and Carmella. Speaking of Carmella, who is currently the SmackDown Women's Champion, I don't see her as a great champion. She could be a good champion if, once again, the creative writing team does something to help her out. She is not ready to be on top. I believe personally it's a joke they gave her the title over Asuka. And Asuka was undefeated for more than 900 days in the WWE. And this girl just comes out of nowhere. Carmella cashes in her Money in the Bank briefcase against Charlotte Flair after Charlotte was beaten to a pulp by the Iconics. Carmella cashes in and she's champion. And what really gets my goat is that not once but twice she's beaten Asuka. That's a joke to me. Seriously, a freaking joke. How are you going to have a no talent champion beat a woman of Asuka's caliber? I don't get it. I don't know what angle the WWE is playing with this, but they're not doing the right thing. Not in my book. I mean, they've screwed over Asuka too many times, and from what I see right now, she's not even on the SummerSlam card. What's going on with that? I have no idea. Hopefully, we see her in a match or something. But going back to the SmackDown Women's title match, at first it was going to be a one-on-one match between Becky Lynch and the current champion Carmella. I'm not sure what happened, but somehow, some way, Charlotte Flair came back from injury and she is now in the match. It's a triple threat match now for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and I'm not too happy about that. I don't know about you guys, but I really am not. Charlotte Flair, yes, she's talented. She can wrestle. Her dad is the Hall of Famer. 16-time world champion Ric Flair. I got nothing but respect for that man. But come on, let's not have Charlotte do the same thing her dad did and become women's champion 16 times. Becky Lynch deserves to be champion. She hasn't been champion for a while, and she deserves it. There are plenty of other female superstars in that locker room that deserve to be champion, besides Becky Lynch. But Charlotte Flair should be at the back of the line right now because she just came back from injury. And Paige, the SmackDown general manager, just throws her in the match. Not happy about that, Paige. Not really happy about that. That's just my take on that match. So, a different match also that has caught my attention has been Well, I mean, that's so far all the matches I've talked about. I've talked about Reigns and Lesnar, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Braun Strowman, Ziggler and Seth Rollins, Rousey and Bliss, and Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair. I believe there are a couple of more matches that were added to this card. I believe the Cruiserweight Champion, Noam Dar, will be defending his title against none other than, I'm sorry, not Noam Dar. He's not the current Cruiserweight Champion. The Cruiserweight Champion right now is, oh man, I forget what his name is. But he's gonna, how you call it, defend against Noam Dar, which is Cedric Alexander. There you go. Young African American gentleman, very talented. These cruiserweights, they're all talented. In my opinion, they're all talented. And these guys, they fly all over the ring. They're great competitors, these cruiserweights. I'm looking forward to that match. Other than that, that is so far the entire card. The New Day just earned their shot at the SmackDown Tag Team titles again. They will be facing the Bludgeon Brothers. Listen, stop it already. Seriously. Stop giving the New Day title shots. These guys do not deserve it anymore. When is the WWE plan on breaking these guys up? When? I get it. They sell merchandise. The kids love them. They sell merchandise. They make WWE money. But come on. The Shield did the same thing. They made the entire company money when they first came out. People loved them. But eventually they broke them up. They tried to reunite them, and unfortunately that didn't go too far. Now, if there are any more matches added to SummerSlam, I will keep you guys in the loop about it. I will come back with a different podcast and let you guys know if any more matches were added to SummerSlam. But as of right now, those are the matches that are happening at SummerSlam at the Barclays Center. As for the Raw Tag Team title, I have no idea who they're going to face, the B team, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, which I'm happy that they won the tag team title. These guys they deserve it. They deserve to be champions. Also, another match I just remembered, Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. Listen, I don't know about you guys, but this war has been going on for years. For years. And it needs to stop. It definitely does need to stop. I'm looking at my phone right now to see potential matches that might happen at SummerSlam, and I believe I told you everything there is to be known. I'm not sure if that triple threat match is gonna happen because I remember. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, another match. I'm sorry. I mean, it's so many things going on right now in my head. It's hard to keep track of what's going on in the WWE. Jeff Hardy against Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States Championship. Nakamura, you won that title in a messed up way. Hey, it's wrestling. It's the way it goes. Low blows here and there when the referee's not looking. Hey, whatever. Do you deserve to be United States champion? I don't think so. Do you deserve to have any type of title around your waist right now? Not really. But right now, you are the champion, so we have to respect that. As of Jeff Hardy going up against you, don't be surprised if Randy Orton interferes in the match. Because if you have been watching what's been going on the past couple of weeks, Randy Orton has been kicking Jeff Hardy's ass all over these arenas. and it's been brutal. I love Randy Orton. He's been one of my favorites since day one that he came to the WWE. I love his persona when he plays a heel. He is much better as a heel than babyface. So on that part, I congratulate the writing team for making him a heel again. I am happy with that. Maybe they should make it a triple threat match between them three. See what happens. But I think that Nakamura and Orton will just jump Hardy and take him out the match, and then they have no choice but to take each other on. We don't know what's going to happen yet. SummerSlam is about 10 to 13 days away, maybe even less, 12. I'm not even sure. But it's going to be live on the WWE Network. Subscribe. Your first month is free. If not, go to your local GameStop, get a 3-month card for $30. You get the network for 3 months. Then when the card expires, you go get another one. That's what I do usually. I go get a card and I let it last for 3 months. And hey, it's worth it that way for me because I'm not really one to put my credit card into any system. I don't really trust the credit card companies like that. And that's just how I look at it. But anyway, as for right now, this was my SummerSlam prediction podcast. I hope when you people do view it, you leave some feedback, hit the like button. And as for everybody else, I hope you have a great day. It's hot outside. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water. And have a good day. Once again, this has been my podcast. And I hope you enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves. Later.